Hey y'all, it's Lilac. Thanks for coming into the Lilac Room. It's been a hot second. I know, I'm sorry. There's been a lot going on, a lot of big changes, so I'm going to do a reading because I just need to jump back in, guys. I just need to jump back in, and I want to know what the collective energy is looking like going forward in 2023 from right now, this day. January 21st, we just came, Mercury is direct, Mars is still retrograding, I'm pretty sure. And there's one other dynamic at play. The moon, we just had a new moon, a full moon. There's a few astrological dynamics at play which make this a really important and pivotal time of change for many, many people. So, using my double deck, we'll start with my favorite Celtic cross, of course. So, Devil in reverse. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we're collectively, as a whole, as a lot of people kind of doing the same thing, giving up bad habits, walking away from what's not good for us, releasing ourselves from obligations that don't make sense anymore. Maybe some people's jobs don't suit them, or relationships that they're in are just not the right fit for them. Now, some people might cast off the shackles physically with changing, homes, workplaces, relationships, whatever. Or, going on the diet or getting the liposuction or whatever it is that, is actually something tangible. For other people, it could be more of a shift in our beliefs or our thought processes. So it could be like that slow start. But one way or another, what we're seeing here is like a decision to walk away from something that's not good for us. Challenged by the Empress. I don't know why I have to say this, but your mom is blocking it. And it's not going to be everybody's mom per se, like their actual mother, but it could be like a female in your life, or even possibly a female boss for some of you. A young daughter for some people. When I say young, I mean a child who's actually creating some kind of a situation that makes it really hard. What I'm kind of getting here, and this is probably for maybe a specific person or two, is this child who throws these temper tantrums, and the parent who's just kind of almost at their wits' end. They really, really want to be progressive, and they don't want to whack the crap out of this child. But it's this kid is pushing the limits of this person's patience, that kind of energy. It's almost okay, so the Empress, this female, or potentially this child, is so kind of overbearing in their sense of that they have a right to impose upon a person. So it's somebody's trying to overcome something in their life, and then the challenge is this overbearing person, basically, if I were to make it kind of narrow it in. In the past, the Three of Wands, I think I'm going to be honest with you. And this could be for all of us, like I said, collectively, someone was wishy-washy. They didn't want to make decisions. It's almost everybody is in agreement on this thing, but I kind of wish I could have this thing, but I'm just going to not even look at that because I can't have that, or I can't go there, or I can't do that, even though I want to. So it's if you're in that energy, you're never really fully present, and you're not actually giving to the thing or the scenarios in your life, you're not giving them your best effort anyway. So like that just creates confusion when the universe is trying to bless you. It's trying to give you what you're asking for, but if you don't know what you're asking for, how are you supposed to receive it? You know, and it's interesting. Okay, and I'm really happy for some of you. Some of you, I'm looking at it and I'm having this wonderful experience of like knowing what's happening here, and I'm like trying to think how to express it. It's the Three of Wands in reverse, right? In the past. And I just told you, like, this person's like holding on to these two wands and leaving this one all by itself. But actually, they're thinking a lot, right? They're just holding these wands. They're not doing anything with it. They're not like engaging with these wands. They're just holding them. And then this one's just standing here by itself, being completely independent. And then the next thing that happens, oh my, look who turned around. Grab that wand. Look who did. It was you. Whoever I'm reading for. Somebody out there made this decision. You know, they were the devil in reverse. They're overcoming something that they needed to like let go of. Maybe a bad habit, maybe a situation. And in the past, it was like they were holding on to aspects of that person, relationship, situation, job, whatever it is, and ignoring something else, which we'll call that, for argument's sake, maybe their heart's desire, or a secret wish or a dream, or something that they maybe hoped they could accomplish. You know, I want to write a book. I want to travel around the world. I want to have the courage to leave a job that I've been in for 20 years, but I, worry about this, that, and the other. Well, in the not so recent past, very recently, or coming up for some of you, they're just going to go for it. Three of Cups in reverse at the top of the reading for the outcome of this process of deciding to do this is the Three of Cups in reverse. It's like, it's not a party. It's like there is a reason to celebrate, but it's not celebratory because for some reason. We're going to dive in a little bit deeper to see why. But the first thing that this made me think was like someone who gave up drinking, and then now they don't have the same, like their friend circle is no longer there because they don't go out drinking with those friends. And so it's like, who do I have now? It's that energy. So apply it to your situation. All right. So I'm going to read the future cards after. I like to save that for last, even though the placement of that card is next in the series. So innermost thoughts and feelings on this situation are the King of Pentacles upright. This is a really artistic deck, so I do like to show you guys the cards. But the Knight of Pentacles, it is a knight, has action. The Pentacles Knight, not so much action. So I think a lot of this is more that a decision has occurred. And again, this reading is for 2023 going forward from today. Maybe with Mercury going direct, with Mars still retrograding, but wrapping up, hopefully. I'll have to double check the dates on that, so whatever. It just feels like cycles have recently ended, so when those cycles wrapped up, this is where some of you landed. And now you're just in a state of contemplation of how to progress and grow. Like, well, I took the leap, or I made the decision, or something to this effect, and now we'll just see where it goes. So what's in the environment? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a double deck of cards. So if for those of you not keeping track well at home, we have the Knight of Pentacles upright and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Upright in your sense of yourself and your thoughts and your feelings, but in reverse, in your environment. There, in case you're not understanding what this means, your actions and your feelings are not in the same, they're not on the same wavelength right now. So you may be acting in such a way that people around you don't actually know what it is you're going to do next. How about we leave it like that? You know, you're allowed to have your private thoughts. I'm a big believer of that. If you're not ready to take action on something, that's okay. But if you know you've made a decision to take an action, what I'm saying is it might take a while before you actually put it into action. Hopes and fears. The Star in reverse, your outcome being the Three of Swords. Not a very good sign, I know. I'm sorry. But hopes and fears, the Star and the Nine of Pentacles. It's almost like, I almost feel a melancholy with those two cards together, because it's like the Star is in reverse. It's kind of like, I don't want to hope for too much. I just want to land at the Nine of Pentacles, which is like just enough to make me happy. I'm not asking for everything, kind of thing. And then you got the Three of Swords as your outcome, which, just look at the card, it kind of tells you everything. Like, all of this just equates to heartbreak. I don't know. I need more than that, because this doesn't feel like it's going to end in heartbreak, but maybe it ends with somebody else's heartbreak. Maybe the truth is not out in the open, and that's what this is going to lead to, some people having some hurt feelings. We're going to call it hurt feelings, because I feel like I need to soften that message a bit. I think people's hearts are softer. Test that theory with the people around you. Really observe them, and do you see them softening to things where they were once harder? So we have the Nine of Pentacles come out in your hopes and fears, and now the Ten of Pentacles alongside this King of Swords in your future, going forward. It's like the person you were that is now transforming, right? Because if you're giving something up, changing something major, letting go of some things you were holding on to, and taking hold of something new, making a change inside, slowly bringing it out, hoping for the best, and knowing that people are maybe going to get hurt. You've lost friends along the way. I feel that this brings you to becoming a King of Swords in reverse. Someone who is on a new level, leveled up perhaps, but not, from the Knight to the King, from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Swords. And jumping from a Knight to a King is still growth. This King is in reverse. So in the future sense, telling me, we're learning to, I don't know how else to say this because it's a visual thing. We're learning to cap off our emotions. We're learning to capture them and say, these emotions don't run my life, because there is a bigger picture that I'm aspiring towards, and that bigger picture is going to look like this Ten of Pentacles. So I just, I feel this perseverance growing inside of the general collective of people who may tune into this reading. And it's a really good thing. I want to pull another card for clarification on that Three of Swords. King of Cups in reverse. It's entirely possible that I'm reading primarily for men who are dealing with an overbearing woman in their life, or have in the past maybe, or because there's a lot of masculine energy on the table with these knights and kings. I mean, the only female I've got here is this Empress, and she's in the challenge position. Now, this Empress could be someone that someone desires. Maybe she's not a problem child. The Empress is a beautiful card. It's a great card. But I almost never see the Empress show up as the challenge. So the challenge could also be that unless I give up these bad habits, I can't have the Empress. Or, Yeah, I mean, period, end of sentence. If I don't measure up, I can't have my dream. I can't have my Nine of Pentacles. I can't have my star. I can't have my Ten of Pentacles. I can't have it if I don't level up in some way. If I don't let go of my childishness, my knight energy, and evolve to my king energy, I cannot have this empress, whatever it is, whatever she is. So it could be a female who's causing a challenge for someone, but it could also be what I just explained. You know, I was nervous about how this was going to go, but I think this reading was actually really amazing. And the night is young, so I may still do more, but thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you got something out of this. Please let me know in the comments if you like. Namaste.